working on lab number 9. I have actually had my papers in here for about 2 hours and they're getting close to being the 1/2 inch from the top. So this first one I'm unwrapping, is the one that is all isopropyl alcohol. So let me undo my staples. See my paper here. All right, so we're gonna do some measurements. Let's see if I can get it to lay flat. All right, so my pencil across my solution line, it kind of absorbed unequal here, so we're gonna just kind of go through the middle of it. There's my line. Oops, it's a little darker. My line for the top of that. So some measurements. Move this one back for a minute. All right, so the yellow dye went from my dot to 0.4. Is my spot distance. My solvent distance is going to be the same across, so that is 4.6. So that'll be the same on all of them, 4.6, 4.6, 4.6. And my red dye did let me double check. Exactly 2. Red is 2. My blue dye went 3.2. My green dye went 3.5. So, get my little calculator here. 2.4 divided by 4.6, oops. 2.4 divided by 4.6 equals 0.52. All right, so that's the yellow dye. The blue dye did 3.2 divided by 4.6 equals 0.6956, so it's going to be 0.70. My red dye is 2 divided by 4.6, which is going to be 0.43. And my green dye is 3.5 divided by 4.6 equals 0.76. So that's my first set of numbers. Now I need to get my second one. And again, there's what that looks like. So my red dye came up, my blue dye came up. My yellow separated a little bit between yellow and red. I thought that was kind of unusual. My green separated into the yellow and the blue. So that's that one. And then let's get out. This is the one that had the 50-50. Get it opened up. So 50-50. And this one actually is at my 1/2 inch mark, but it probably still could have gone some more because it's not completely at the top. I'll show you. So here's this one. So that was my red, blue, yellow, and green. And you can see the red is just about to quit. The blue is still going. Yellow has stopped, and the green is still going also, right along with the solvent. So let me get my solvent marked. Okay. So it is at, whoops, wrong end. It is at 4.9. So that's going to be on all of them. 4.9, 4.9, 4.9. All right, so my red is, we're going to say 4.8 because it's basically done there. My blue is going to be 4.9 because it's right up there with that. Same thing with the green is going to be 4.9. And the yellow, stop there. You know what, I think I did my measurements wrong. Yellow went from the dot to the dot. It's going to be 3.6. 3.6. So my red, I have to go to my dot, is 4.5. So we're changing the red to 4.5. The blue to my dot is 4.7. Change it to 4.7, sorry. And the green to its dot is 4.7. So change green to 4.7. All right, so the solution, solute, measure the distance from this to the midpoint, remove the cylinder, place sheet above towels, blah, 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 blah. Draw a line across the spots of the solvent with a pencil. I did that. Measure the distance from the sample spot line to the midpoint of each color spot. Find the R for each spot and record them in the table. Repeat. Okay, so the solvent front distance. Solvent front distance is going to be okay, I've got to do it from the same line also. From the line, not from, wait, let me double check. From the spot line. Okay. So to the spot line on each one of these because the spot may be a little different. Okay. So red is 4.7. Change it. 4.7. Blue to the spot line. 4.7, which is to be expected because the blue did the whole thing. Same thing on the green. The green's going to be 4.7 for both. Now let me measure at the yellow just to make sure that my dot was correct. My dot on this one's actually at 4.6. So my yellow dye for the solvent is 4.6. So I actually think, since I measured that one wrong, I'm gonna remeasure this one also. Solvent to my dot, not the bottom of the paper. So on the red, it is 4.7. Blue is 4.7. Yellow is 4.7. And the green one to the dot is also 4.7. And I had actually done 4.6, so I measured those wrong. All right, so I'll show you my new calculation in a moment. All right, so yellow dye on the isopropyl alcohol only. Yellow is 2.4 over 4.7. So that's gonna equal 0.51. Blue dye on the isopropyl alcohol is 3.2 divided by 4.7 is gonna be 0.68. Red dye on isopropyl alcohol is 2 divided by 4.7 is gonna be 0.4, that's still gonna be 0.43. Green dye, isopropyl alcohol is 3.5 divided by 4.7 equals 0.74. All right, now let's go to the next column. Yellow dye with the water isopropyl is 3.6 divided by 4.6, which is gonna be 0.78. Blue dye, water isopropyl is 4.7 divided by 4.7, which should be 1, which it is. And red dye in the water isopropyl is 4.5 divided by 4.7 equals 0.96. And green dye is 4.7 divided by 4.7, which is 1. So let's get another look at the numbers that I've adjusted. And I will go and put these all into the computer. All right, thank you.